Definitely.
How can we eat? Hey, I guess I can start. Hello everyone, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming here. Today we have a food demonstration class on raw vegan food. Because I'm raw vegan since 4 years and I like it so far. And so today we're going to make salads because what I'm eating mostly is salads. I mean, I eat fruits and salads. That sounds boring, but we'll make it a little bit more exciting. So today is all about salads and salad dressings. Do we need a blender for that? Not necessarily, actually, to make a salad or have a nice salad dressing, which is flavorful. So maybe we start with that. So first, I'll show you what I got here. So I have, for the salad, apparently a lot of greens, vegetables, whatever vegetable you like to eat raw, maybe some sprouts, and I have some seeds that I soak overnight. I always soak my seeds overnight, except for hemp seeds. Yeah, hemp seeds, the whole hemp seeds. So, but those I don't soak. But usually I soak, like sunflower seeds, I soak overnight in water. That makes them better digestible, softer to eat. They have less percentage of fat because they have more water content now. So they expand, you know. So you're more full with less fat. And here I have sesame seeds. I do the same thing with these sesame seeds. And what you need to soak or sprout even, in here I have also sprouts.
Did you sprout those like that?
Yes, so those are lentil sprouts, green lentils. You can buy in the store. The ones from the store, they usually raw as well, so they sprout very well.
So you don't get the dry ones?
The dry, yes.
Oh.
From the store, in bulk.
And then you already have the little sprouting things on them?
No.
Or you let them do, that's what you do?
Yes,
Okay.
so you take the dry sprouts, you put them in a mason jar, and you like, not more than a cup because they expand quite a bit. So maybe for one serving I use not more than half a cup even. So you put them in, then you soak them in water overnight. The next day you drain it. So what you need is actually the mason jar, and then this is really handy. It's a sprouting lid. It's like the mason jar lid with a band, and instead of the lid it has a strainer. It's stainless steel, so it's not like the regular lids that would rust. They have them in plastic as well, so you can get them on Amazon. So you need the mason jar and the lid, and then you have your seeds in water overnight. The next day you drain it. You rinse it as well, so keep it drained, and then you keep.
How much water per cup?
You want to have it full water.
I see.
More, it's better to have too much water than less because you drain it anyway.
I
But
see.
sometimes you didn't put enough water, and then they expand, and half of it is not in water, half of it is in water. So after you rinse it, you just put it upside down, maybe on a plate. I don't have it fancy with these sprouting racks but the most important is that they are tilted, so some air comes in still. So if they are like this, then they might spoil. That's not good. So I use a plate and put them like this and tilted, and then I rinse them at least twice a day. That's for the sprouts, the lentil sprouts. For the seeds here, I only soak them in water overnight, and then I'll just use them. They will also sprout, but if you use the sprouted seeds that you have sprouted maybe for 1 or 2 days, this actually takes 1 or 2 days to
Okay.
sprout. Additional days after the soaking in water. So, but if you sprout them for longer and you make a sauce, then it'll turn brown. That's what happened one day here.
So I mean, so like, is there a taste difference between just what you do with the water versus sprouted, or is it taste the same? I mean, what's the diff if you let it go a little longer, just the little things
Yeah, the
come out of
taste
it?
will be different,
Oh,
for
okay.
sure. The taste will be different. I think maybe it has even less fat. And it turns into more like a green, you know, the way sprout. Those will never turn into like beautiful greens because they don't have the hull. But yeah, if you have the sunflower seeds with the hull, then they turn into these beautiful greens. But they will also sprout, and they just don't look beautiful because they're here and there they're a little bit damaged.
And you said 2 days of soaking.
No, this is only
2 days.
overnight.
How long do you let
Always
it soak?
overnight soaking.
Just overnight.
Just overnight.
Okay.
Everything overnight soaking, and then either you use it right away, like the sunflower seeds, or like with this, I keep it 1 or 2 days in addition, and then rinse it twice a day.
Mm.
And
So when you say I rinse it, how do you rinse it?
since I have the sprouting lid, which is really handy, I don't have to disattach it or anything. I just pour water on top through this, and then I'll just pour it out. That's it. And then I keep it drained always like this. Okay, so we have our seeds here, and the other thing is like greens, vegetables. Okay, and then this is also very important: lemon juice. Yes.
Do you put that in the refrigerator? I'm sorry, did you say that?
I leave it on the counter. If it's really, really hot, maybe you want to rinse it more than twice, or you want to keep it in the fridge. But then in the fridge, it doesn't really sprout well because it's too cold. So, but this here, for example, if you don't use it right away, then I would put this in the fridge, and it's good for maybe, if you drain it very well, you can just leave it like this in the fridge, and it'll keep for 2 days, 3 days even. If you don't use it right away. But sprouting, it needs some warmth as well to grow. But you just don't want to have it spoiled, so rinsing is really important. The other really important ingredient is lemon juice, or if you rather like vinegar, apple cider vinegar, you could use, or any other vinegar that you like. I don't like vinegar too much, so yeah. So we have the blender, so we can just blend everything and make a dressing. But if we don't have a blender, or we don't want to use a blender, we don't necessarily need to. So in here, of course, I have a lot of herbs. So maybe first we can make a parsley lemon dressing. So just take lemon without any blender. So parsley here, maybe a little bit of green onions. I'm not a super fan of onions necessarily, but sometimes I use a little bit. What else do we have here? Maybe rest for later. And then celery. Chop some celery, and then I'll just chop it all very fine. Yeah, you want a nice cutting board and a big knife. I like big knives for chopping. Smells really good. Parsley.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, you can just chop it. If you have a food processor, of course you can make that in the food processor as well. But just in case you don't want to use any tools. I'll leave it like that. So parsley and celery chopped. And then of course the lemon juice, which I find really important for the dressing. Something that's sour.
Most dressings have lemon juice in them.
Yeah,
Like
or
all the ones
vinegar.
here and stuff, it just, all of them have seemed a little citrus to me.
I will make a dressing without lemon today as well, but I will rather call it a sauce.
Okay.
It's still a salad, but it just looks more like a sauce. Right? Oops.
Sorry. You got a free sample. If you wait your fasting, you can have that.
You want lots of lemon juice, actually.
Two full lemons?
So far I have 1.5, but you know, you can go after your taste. Then what else would we put in our, usually, you know, what I also like is something sweet in the salad. I was looking for raisins, but I didn't find any raisins, so we can also add an orange. Yeah, if you have questions or anything, it's just.
So one thing about the sprouts is such high vitamin content. It just,
And enzymes,
yeah.
it's really alive. I'm not a really good cutter here. This knife is also not really sharp. Okay. Maybe a little bit of orange in here. And then, yeah, if you eat a salad, then, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of calories, so you need calories, you know? You all need energy. So, but either your calories come primarily, vegetables don't have a lot of calories, so either you get your calories from simple sugars, like you have in fruits, or you get your calories from starches, like in potatoes, or you get your calories from fat. So I prefer get them, like I eat everything pretty much, but I like to primarily get them from something sweet. But your salad should have a lot of calories, honestly, otherwise, and this is my serving size for one person. So you just need have
2 or 3 of those, or just one?
just one. Sometimes if I feel like
I've seen
it
you
too.
do a couple.
One time I did 2, but I had to wait for an hour in between.
For the dressing, you mean, right? There's your serving size for the dressing, is that what you said? Or you
No,
mean
the full bowl. The
Oh,
full bowl
okay.
is if
Got
it's
it.
one salad, then that's one serving.
So I have a question about the fat. That's where I bring in healthy oils in a salad dressing. But then obviously it doesn't accord with the no oil.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, we don't do extracted oils, but we do fat from whole foods. Like I'm gonna use these sesame seeds for my dressing, or so
I see.
for my base of the salad. We don't use any blender, so I'm just gonna pour it over here.
I see.
This is a really flavorful. I don't know how much. Maybe I'll take them all again. Maybe not all. So that could be your dressing. It doesn't. I mean, it's not liquid,
Flavor.
but it's the flavor of the salad.
Could you
when
process it and make it like liquid? Could you like just process it or put it in the blender?
Yeah, you could. I wouldn't put everything in there. It'll turn.
Turn to
I don't know
licorice.
what the color will look like.
Brown.
But let's go over the blender. And then also you can put this in your salad as well to have more protein, calories.
What is it?
The sprouts.
Are the lectins removed when you sprout?
Yes. Yeah, the lectins are.
And that's a good thing?
Yeah, the lectins are not good for
lectins are
your
not good.
digestion. So let's go over to make a dressing with a blender. Or well, this one maybe I'll call more like a sauce. So what about red bell peppers are usually really good.
Now, when you make stuff like this, do you make it only on a daily basis for yourself, or every one thing for a couple of days? Do you make
I
the
usually
sauces
do it-
that way too, or just they last a lot longer, the sauces?
They will last for one day for sure.
Oh, okay.
It's always good to eat fresh. The dressing usually probably it'll last for 3 days, I'd say.
Okay.
And I like to eat fresh usually, and it doesn't take that long. Also, the cleanup is really simple because it's not baked or. So I have 2 red bell peppers here. Always celery is a great thing to add as well. If you don't use salt, celery gives a nice flavor.
How much celery?
I have 2 stalks here for now. And the first dressing. The first dressing, I'll make a light dressing that's a little bit sweeter. So it has the calories from the simple sugars. And of course, if you like other spices, you can add any spice that you like. I always like to use a lot of fresh, fresh herbs. And so we have the red bell pepper, the celery, and then I'll put in a mango. So a mango, if it's nice and ripe, it should be nice and ripe. I mean, for the dressing, if you have an unripe mango and it doesn't taste good, it's kind of sour, just put it in the dressing. But also, a sweet mango tastes good as it is, but it also tastes really good in a dressing. So how I cut a mango, it's here's the stem, so the seed is like this in the mango. So I cut around the stem very close. So here's the seed. Cut really right at the seed. And then this I peel. It's very simple to peel because this mango is ripe. Then also you can also use the mango and put it in like just chunks of it in your salad, like I did with the orange. You don't have to blend it. This mango is always almost too good to blend
I know, I'm salivating over that.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, and then so I have these halves here, and I just take it out with a spoon like an avocado. And then you could cut it like this, and then just eat it right away. That's what I mean. I mean, you don't really have to prepare your food. I don't actually want to prepare it right now. You don't really have to prepare your food. If you buy really nice, high quality foods, you can just eat it as it is. Your body doesn't care. It's probably even better for your body to not mix too much together. Yeah, I just use the knife and cut around the seed a little bit so I get all of the mango off. It's a little bit messy, but not too messy. And it's totally worth eating mangoes.
Absolutely.
Have you ever used jackfruit?
Not really. I don't get jackfruit too often, and if I have it, I will eat it as it is. I don't do anything with it. These things, they're good by themselves. And then they need to be ripe, of course. There's jackfruit, if it's not ripe, they use it for the pulled pork thing.
Yeah, I saw pictures. That seems to be real popular right now. See pictures of it all over the place.
Maybe we just use half of it. As dessert. So, okay, we'll have this dressing here.
So no liquid other than the mango juice?
No liquid, no. I don't like to use any water in my dressings because it takes away the taste. So I start with the watery vegetables. I put them in, like the red bell peppers. And then, yeah, it has a lot of water, so I don't want to leave. Okay. Oops. It's very dangerous to see.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially with the
you
white
pull back
shirt.
over there,
My shows in the front row.
I wash your shirts.
Yeah. You're trying to get the one that's right next to it.
Okay, that has a really nice color here. It doesn't have a lot of spices or. Let's see. Nice color here. It's good.
Looks amazing.
You don't use any acid?
Hmm?
You don't use any acid?
For this sauce, I didn't use any acid, no. It's like either I use acid or something sweet for flavor.
Either or.
Hmm?
Either or. but-
Sometimes both. Why not? But if you use something sweet like mango, you don't necessarily need the acid. So it doesn't have a lot of flavor, so we can put some cilantro will fit well. And I do use a lot of herbs. Like half a bunch for one person. It's not too much. Especially parsley is one of the really healthiest herbs. High in iron, vitamin C, vitamin K, and then cilantro. I mean, there's a lot of information out there. I don't know if it's really scientifically backed that it gets rid of heavy metals in the body. I've heard that, but I don't know. So I put some cilantro, maybe a little bit of basil in here too. Where's the basil actually? Just basil and just spinach now. So we have a little basil. It's super simple actually. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of ingredients. So this is the first dressing.
Can you hold it a little high?
Then you can also come here later and then see that.
So that has lemon, celery, red pepper.
This doesn't have any lemon.
Oh.
Red bell peppers, celery,
Mango,
mango, half of the mango, the other one is here.
cilantro, and
Dessert.
basil.
Is this gonna be on your website?
Mhm.
Yeah, so-
I don't have a website right now. I'm on my YouTube
On
channel.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would-
It's really dense. I would mix it with other vegetables for sure. So okay, then another kind of tomato sauce. I use again red bell peppers. Actually, I have two. Red bell peppers. I also do it from scratch here in front of your eyes to just show you how fast it is. It doesn't take so much. It it looks really messy here, but at home I'm not that messy.
That's what everybody says.
No, really.
You want
It's really
photos.
fun to-
No pressure.
Not messy.
Do you ever use roasted vegetables?
No.
when making-
No cooked food for me. But if you make, of course you can also use the roasted vegetables for making dressing. No, I don't see a reason to cook my food. So again, I have 2 red bell peppers here.
Do you dehydrate?
Sometimes I do dehydrate, yeah. I like dehydrating for specific occasions. So thyme and tomato, it's as good as oregano and tomato. But I don't even have tomato in here. I have red bell peppers. But it looks like a tomato sauce.
It does kind
That's how I make raw tomato sauce. I don't use tomatoes, I use red bell peppers.
Do you eat tomatoes?
Yes. But making a sauce with tomatoes, they usually they have more water, so it will be more watery and not that red. So the red really comes from the red bell pepper. If you use red bell pepper powder, paprika powder, then that makes it red too. But I don't use paprika powder because I think they roasted something. So, but I just use fresh red bell peppers for that. So we can also put some tomatoes in here, so we can call it a tomato sauce. And celery again. Celery always, and it won't discolor your sauce very much. I mean, I put 2 stalks of celery here, and it's not brown. The mango also thickens it up pretty well. So I put thyme in here, red bell pepper, celery, and a few tomatoes. You'll put a little bit of chili in here too. Cayenne pepper. A little bit more. Then I would also put a little bit of sweetness in here, like raisins or a date or half a date. But we do have some sweetness still from the mango that I didn't clean up. So we have that in here. Anything else I want to put in? I definitely want to put in basil, but I'll put this in later. So I put the thyme already in because the thyme doesn't discolor it much. It's just a few leaves. Okay, let's blend this up. Okay, so we have this tomato sauce. It's pretty similar like the first one. Oops. Also red bell pepper dressing, a little bit different flavor. But what you can also do, just leave half of it in there. And you can see that there. And then I'll put an avocado in here. Maybe half of it. I don't, usually if I would use everything, then I would put a whole avocado in it. But should I do that?
Yeah.
You
You
just
can't
like-
really eat that avocado, and who does that?
Yeah, okay, we can do that. I can leave a little bit here so you can just taste a little bit of that. It's getting messier. Yeah, just a little bit here so you can taste that.
Just make it creamier, or,
We'll make it creamier and thicker.
okay.
Let's see.
How do you know a good avocado from one that would end up having black
sometimes you're not lucky with this.
Did you say there was some trick on one of the ends of the avocado? You do something?
Oh yeah, that's true. There's
Yes, the stem end.
the stem if you
Push the
remove.
stem in?
If it doesn't come off at all, it's too green. If it comes off and it's green underneath, that's good. If it comes
Okay.
off and it's black underneath.
Yeah, this one.
Okay,
This
all
one
right,
is
so
black
that.
underneath.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And then I'll open it up. I don't want to show you.
You know, don't ruin it.
But this is nice here.
Are you using the whole avocado or?
Actually, I do only use the half because I still don't have a lot here actually.
Okay.
Okay, here we have our creamy.
Now with the seeds, cream it up too a little bit, or no?
The seeds?
Yeah, would they make it creamier if you had?
Oh yes,
Oh.
yeah. You could also put seeds in, like the sunflower seeds instead of the avocado, and make it creamy for sure. Oh my god, it's so messy. Okay, so we have our tomato sauce. Let's put it there.
Do you make raw soups and add hot water in a blender?
Oops.
Doing a job that I do about today.
No worries, it looks yummy.
There, yeah.
Okay. You said raw soups I put hot water.
Do you make, because you say you don't eat cooked food, so I'm wondering, do you make raw soup
Yeah, you
in the
can.
blender, just add the hot water?
You can even make that without the hot water if you blend it a little bit longer, like the high-speed blenders. And then it'll turn warm. You don't have to cook it necessarily, just making it warm, like body temperature warm. A little bit warmer than that. It's still raw, but I don't usually use hot water and mix it with my food.
That almost looks like a soup. Yeah.
Yeah, it could also be a creamy tomato soup. So really, you can call it a dressing, you can call it a sauce, or you can call it a soup. But it's still vegetables, and it's raw. So it's a salad, pretty much.
So you eat raw because the heat of doing stuff takes away from the nutrition part? Is that why you do it? You just like the taste?
I think so. I like the taste now. Yeah, it destroys enzymes, it destroys some vitamins. And we definitely agree that you need to have a lot in raw. So your food should be mostly raw, right? Isn't that considered healthy?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think why not being too healthy?
Good point.
What do you do for your starches, like the potato and rice?
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of starches. So I have some basil here. I put it in here. I think that will fit well to our tomato sauce. So it's pretty similar in color. But probably. Okay. Sorry for looking so messy.
No,
That's
it's
what-
not.
Okay, so we have two different kind of tomato or bell peppermint sauces, and then we still have the sesame seeds, so we can make like a tahini. Like usually a lot of people use tahini. I don't like to use it because when it comes from the industry already ground it up, so you don't really know what's in there, and it also sits there on the shelf, and the oil separates, so it's really oily and dense. Also, they probably don't soak it overnight, so I like to have it soaked and rinsed. That blender is a little bit still dirty, but I don't think it will discolor our sauce much. So I will use it as it is. We'll see what happens. So just put our seeds in here. Then sesame seeds are out here because they're so small. But I do a little trick. I use water. And a strainer.
What are you calling this, a dressing?
Yeah. Which one?
The one you're making now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, tahini, thank you.
More like a sesame tahini.
Yeah.
Tahini and sesame is the same thing.
Well, no, I know, I wasn't sure what she was making.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get them all. Just a little bit, because they're so tiny. So to get them out with a spatula or just takes a lot of effort. Okay, so we have that here, and then we just dump it in here. So we got everything out. Okay. So sesame seeds, and then I would like to have a more lighter color, so I could use the red pepper would be my staple, I guess, for dressing. But they do have really nice flavor. So what you can also use is a cucumber for the liquid. So you always, if you want to have a creamy dressing, it doesn't have a lot of water, so you need water for your dressing to make it more liquid. I don't like to use water because it takes away the taste. It doesn't have any taste. What you can also use is a cucumber, put it in as water because it has a lot of water, but more tasty than water. But red bell pepper cubes give a nice flavor and a nice color as well, especially for the tahini sesame. Let's use two at least. Oh, I forgot the fennel. See, the fennel could be, it's gonna be a nice flavor, just a little bit for the tomato sauce, just a little bit, but I forgot that.
Would you use the whole thing of the fennel?
No, I would use only just a part of it like this. maybe
Okay.
a little, like your
Okay.
finger. Unless you wanna have it more fennel flavored, but it is a very strong flavor. But for tomatoes, just a tiny bit of it, just a nice flavor. You wouldn't tell that there's fennel in it. Okay, we have a lot of red bell peppers, and imagine how many red bell peppers you eat while making this all here. And red bell pepper have a lot of vitamin E. So usually seeds have the vitamin E. You usually get vitamin E from seeds and fatty things, but red bell peppers are one of the vegetables that don't have any fat and they have vitamin E. So you want to eat a lot of that. Then of course for this dressing, always when I use seeds, I want to use a lot of lemon. Unless I want to make like a creamy tomato sauce, something like that. But seeds usually want to have some acid. So that's one. Probably I'll take two for sure. You didn't use it correct, or is it like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did.
Right.
I did it
You're
right.
doing it.
Okay. Oops. Well, I have the citrus juice
Oh,
on.
yeah, that one, yeah. Sorry about that.
Just to excuse myself.
No worries.
Of course, you can also use lemon juice. We have that sesame, orange juice. We have that sesame orange
I
dressing.
had that the other day.
Yeah, you can just use orange juice too. Should I use a little bit of orange juice?
Sure.
I don't know if that works. So they don't have any seeds, so I'll be safe, I think. Or what you can also use is a spoon.
Mm.
will do the trick too. Oh, you want to use the blender?
I can blend it there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Let me just-
Okay, blend it.
It'll be a little noisy, guys, just for a second.
No, it's no problem.
Noise, no.
I'll already make a lot of noise. No problem.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. Wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, you have to tell us what's in there.
Ancient formula.
Then I have to kill you, there's too much.
Yeah.
It's just soup of potato and zucchini. Yeah.
Is that
Potato and
what they
zucchini.
call blend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you guys.
Okay.
I saw cucumber in there too, yeah.
I'm just peeling a cucumber right here.
I know, me too, I guess not.
These cucumbers, you can eat the skin, but sometimes I notice there's some oily stuff on those cucumbers. Although they're organic, so I don't really like that. The zucchinis, I never noticed that they have that, but so I just peel the cucumber. And you also might want to peel the cucumber if you want to have a wider dressing, if you want to use it for your dressing. But I'm not using it for dressing now, I'm using it for something else. So we have here the lemon juice, the orange juice, the sesame seeds, the yellow bell pepper, and
I'm sorry, say that again. Sesame seeds, yellow, bell pepper, lemon juice, cucumber, orange.
no, the cucumber is here. I don't.
You're not putting it in
No,
there.
but you could instead of the yellow bell pepper for liquid. I put some thyme in here too. Not really thyme. I don't know. You can decide by yourself what you put in. If you're a garlic fan, I'm not a big garlic fan or onion fan, so yeah. Maybe but the last piece of the celery, because celery always can go in.
Is that like the primary color for everything? Like everyone puts celery in all the stuff.
Yes. I pretty much put celery in everything, and celery is also so healthy. I mean, it has a lot of calcium,
That's cheap.
and you don't really taste it anymore, so it's cheap. It has a lot of the salty taste. Okay, blend this up. I don't know, it might be a little bit more discolored by the other.
Looks like they
Yep. And also, you don't want to put so much liquid in there for your dressing. At first, so you want to blend it a little bit more concentrated, so you make it really creamy. And then, if you want to have it more liquid, then you would add more liquid. Okay. It's our last dressing. Oh, it looks really nice.
looks good.
Mhm.
I remember that noise.
I'll ditto that noise.
Okay, let's get this out here. Then we have to make our salad. Where's my invisible one?
Can't make a more captive audience than us.
Yeah, it's invisible, so that's the problem. Oh, here.
Ah.
But I'm really good. So far, I didn't lose it. There were some situations where I almost lost it.
In the blender.
Oh, I got it.
There's some chunky in there.
Oops. Okay. trying to get everything on here. If I would be by myself, I would take out the blender. So you can definitely do that in your home. So I didn't put a lot of herbs or spices in here. What would fit well is maybe parsley or some cilantro, but I'll just leave it like it is now. For now. Oops. Okay, this doesn't look too good. A little bit messy, but so what else we need? Our salad. How could our salad look like? I mean, this is already kind of like a salad. It's really dense, high calorie, so you want to mix it with a little bit more greens, vegetables, whatever you like. Red bell peppers, of course, if you like. But we do kind of have tomato sauces here. So, what you want to eat with tomato sauce? You usually eat spaghetti, right?
Yeah, noodles.
Yay, noodles. Okay, we can do that really quick, quicker than the regular noodles can be made. With a spiralizer. I have a spiralizer here. There are different kinds. I have the stainless steel one here. And the cucumber, so I just peeled the cucumber. You can eat the green part, of course, the peels, but this was oily, so I peeled it. So I just lock it in here. So it has this part here where it locks it in, and then here's the blade and the attachment for making noodles. So and then I'll just roll it.
So you don't use that other peel that you had last time that you did?
Oh yeah. Well, I have it here.
I tried that, it was a disaster.
You tried it? It was a disaster,
I
really?
got 6 pieces.
Really? Maybe your potato peeler is different. But so if you send me an email, I'll send you links of kitchen tools that I use, and also the food that I order online. So what she meant is, you don't necessarily need a spiralizer. You can use a potato peeler and then make thick noodles like this. Takes a little bit longer. That's really nice. So here are these really nice thick noodles. And I'm just gonna spiralize the rest here. Oops. Oh, I have it wrong.
Does this spiralizer come by itself, or is there something that it comes with lots of knives and everything?
Lots of
Comes by itself?
attachments and pieces. Does the machine come with lots of attachment and pieces, or just that?
This machine had only 2 different attachments, like this for thin noodles and then one with thicker noodles. But I bought it in Germany on my Amazon list for US. They have a similar one, and it comes with 4 different attachments, like really nice, and then also for angel hair. So I haven't bought it, but I think it's great. That's all it has. So this is this version, but there are other, like made of plastic. They look a little bit different. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what you use.
Other people take zucchini on that and then boil it like spaghetti and then eat it.
You could do that too, yeah. I have a zucchini here as well.
What did you say, boil a potato and do it with potato?
No, oh, you mean the zucchini? Potato you can do.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
Something like that, I guess the consistency of spaghetti noodles or something
Zoodles.
that is, or strands, whatever you call it.
You have to make this salad too. Let's put, I have a zucchini here. So if you don't like it raw, you definitely can make the same with the spiralizer and then just steam it a little bit so it's a little softer. You don't like it, raw? But it's definitely better than the wheat noodles. So usually you take zucchini, but I like cucumbers. You can put your zucchini in your salad grated like we use here. I call those zucchini that we have here more spätzle, like the German noodles. It's all about the sauce. I mean, the sauce has the flavor. The noodles, they don't have any flavor anyway.
I've heard a lot of people say that. It's all about the sauce.
And yeah, then a lot of greens for your salad. I have spinach here. Something like that. So you can put this, I can make this a salad as well. There's not really much work to it here. I have some other greens here, the chard, it's pretty tough greens this time. I didn't found any softer green stuff. And of course you can put tomatoes in here. So, of course you can combine it too with the other sauces and you can put a little bit of this in here. And it's really a good salad to fill you up with all these seeds. It's for sure. Anything else? You have some onions here. So where did I put the onions in this sauce?
I know that one has avocado.
This has avocado.
I gotta make sure I remember that.
And then tomatoes can go in our salad. And really every vegetable that you like. That's what I did with these noodles. I put noodles in, but more have a noodle salad. So I eat it with greens and tomatoes.
Did you bring all this stuff or did you get it from next door? Did you bring all this or did you get it?
No, I got it from the kitchen.
Oh.
Well, I brought the sesame seeds and the sunflower seeds.
Would you make most of your own stuff or you eat everything?
I do both. I got the vegetables here.
I was just like wondering, how much would those two salads cost to make? Because where I live is ridiculous. I don't know, I'm assuming it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, spinach. That amount of spinach probably costs at least $3 or $4.
I'm just trying to figure out, because I just looked at this and this is be like, I don't know, $40 on the island to make. But it looks that would probably be 3 meals.
Yeah, it's really sad because animal products are so much cheaper as well, but usually they should be much more expensive because it's
The amount of food it takes to get them that way. That's what I look at.
Hmm?
It seems like it costs more to feed them to get that big than it does when they sell them.
Yeah, it costs to, I mean, the vegetables that they eat, we could eat, and then we would have saved so much work.
Takes a lot of water.
It takes a lot of water, so it's really expensive, but what we pay for it with our tax.
And it's worth
Already.
to self-subsidized?
It's subsidized.
Because I couldn't figure it out. I heard it was 83% of all agricultural land goes to feeding cows.
Yeah.
83%. It's just like, and how much do we get out of a cow? It just doesn't make any sense. Financially, it doesn't make any
And
sense.
then it pollutes the water.
Oh yeah, that's not including that stuff. I'm just talking about.
It also
return
takes
on
space. I
investment.
mean, the cows itself, they take space for the.
And the more you need, the more they gotta burn to make space.
Not to mention animal suffering.
Well, there's all of that,
Yeah.
all of it. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but a lot of people don't know that stuff. I didn't.
So what would you put on there?
Yeah, I would definitely put some of the tomato sauces, and maybe I would put a sprinkle of this creamy sesame sauce, maybe on top.
So you're a mixer.
Not really, but since I have it now. So okay, what do you got? So we have the creamy tomato sauce with avocado, basil, and then we have the more sweet mango tomato sauce, which doesn't have any tomatoes, red bell pepper. Doesn't have any fat. And then we have the sauce that is not really a sauce or a dressing, so it's not blended. But it will fill you up like a dressing will do, and it also has flavor. And then we have the sesame, tahini, orange and lemon. It's very simple. It doesn't have a. I put a little bit of thyme in here, but you could put maybe black pepper with it, well, maybe. And then here I have that tomato sauce without avocado and without any herbs, so without any basil. This has basil and cilantro. And then we have here some of our salad. This is kind of a salad too already. I mixed it already with
That just has a
leaves.
little more substance in it than the other one, right? A little more seasoning.
Yeah, those has already the dressing unblended. And this could look like that's a noodle salad.
That's one serving, you said? That's one serving?
That's definitely one serving. Well, it's a small serving, honestly, because usually I pack that already. So I would put more greens in there or something. And then the sauce, I mean, you can pour the whole sauce in here. It does only have red bell peppers and the mango.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any fat, so you pour everything on there.
I mean, like, so all of that would be what, like maybe 700
That's for
calories for all that?
For everything, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because mango has about calories and sweet, but this has half an avocado.
That's right, that's like 700.
Okay,
Or
then
that's-
you can just try it, eat it, whatever you want to eat. Or try.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a little bit. Are you done?
I'm done, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.